Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a show about weirdos, doggone it. My name is John Boy. I am your host, John Francis Fahey. Joining me as ever is Jercules.
Jercules? And my 12 Gabers?
That's Aaron Joseph Pina over there, folks.
That's me.
Get a load of that!
Get a load of Jercules.
Jercules. Who's that over there? That's Hermaphrodite.
Oh, my God.
My goodness.
You didn't have to change it that much.
That's handsome Matt Brousseau.
Oh, hi.
Now, we have a returning champion here.
Hi.
Love of our lives. Handsome Joe Kaye is
Hi.
on the program.
That is me.
A.K.A. Queef Edger.
Oh.
That was sent in from Tyler B.
Nice job, Tom.
on Instagram.
Thanks,
Queef
Tyler.
Edger?
Queef Edger.
Like Heath Ledger.
From the
Yes.
Jerker.
Love it.
That's right.
I do
Play
like
the
that.
Jerker.
Yeah, the jerker.
Play the jerker.
The jerker.
Fucking
Matt.
terrible.
God damn it.
Very, very
God
nice.
damn it.
That's how we start here.
Folks, you're here in the studio. I have to come to you hat in hand once again
Oh, no.
to say, please, if you're not subscribing to the Patreon, check us out over there. We have an extra show per week. We get real stupid. It's real fun. And we're trying to expand this studio. And we got bills to pay. So if you're thinking about getting on the Patreon, having another hour plus of us in your life
Come on.
every week.
Why would you not want that?
That's 4+ extra hours a month.
Yeah. And we get really, really stupid. I think the last one me and Matt did
Yeah.
was 3 hours and a lot of Quora questions
Yeah.
were handled.
I was able to edit to 2:30
Oh, nice.
Nice,
with the high pauses and scrolling through Quora.
Yeah. But check us out over there
I gotta
one
listen to
time.
that.
Yeah, it's real fun. Quora is a font. And how we doing over here?
I gotta get on this Patreon.
You said it, man.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
What's up?
not much.
Planet of the Vapes.
Yeah,
Planet of the Vapes in see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
See it
See
in
it in
Climax.
IMAX. See it in Climax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful day.
That's the king.
Yeah.
King Ape.
King Ape.
King Gape. Now the Gape God, handsome Matt Brousseau. You got some new shit for us.
No, I don't. Nah, I just got bruised.
Whoa.
yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. I'm gonna kill myself.
He bruised, like juiced, because last week we did the juiced
Juiced,
episode.
yeah.
Matt played that on me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, we forgot to record something," and he told me a lie, and I was like,
Oh my
"Really?"
God.
And then he goes, "No, you just got bruised." Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
fucked up. Really
Rest in
fucked up.
power,
dude.
Jews.
Yeah.
The juice is loose. His soul has departed his body.
I think that happened a long time ago.
I think that did happen a long
Yeah.
time ago.
So,
If I did it.
Joe Kaye is joining us, which would be evidently become very clear why. And not just because we love him.
Correct.
But this is a story that I found when someone reposted the obituary of this guy
Mm-hmm.
and said, this is insane. In the obituary, I read it and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I read some articles and then I saw there was a book and none of those stories, those articles cover nearly enough about what actually went on with this man.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to start with a little diary entry. Victor and I went down to have drinks at Windows on the World, cab $5. Drank and talked and looked out the window, $180. It was beautiful. Then we walked around the village. In the old days, you'd go over there on a Sunday and nobody would be around. But now it's gay, gay, gay as far as the eye can see. Dykes and leather bars with the names right out there in broad daylight. Ramrod-type places. These leather guys, they get dressed up in leather and go to these bars and it's all show business. They tie them up and it takes an hour. They say a few dirty words, that takes another hour. Then they take out a whip and that takes another hour. It's a performance. And then every once in a while you get a nut who takes it seriously and does it for real, throws it all off. But it's just show business for most of them. Dropped off Victor, $5. Stayed at home and watched TV. Andy Warhol, June 19th, 1997. 1977, I mean.
Wow.
And
Now I understand why you wanted me here. You wanted somebody to be able to give you permission to say that.
gay guy.
Yeah. We'll say gay guy.
So
Aww.
Wow, so this is even more. I wore this like Wrangler Tom of Finland shirt today because I was like, well, gay, but I didn't even realize we were gonna get literally right into leather talk.
Oh, yeah.
Daddies.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yes.
this is gonna be a part one. We're gonna have a deeper dive in part two because I gotta set the stage for it. But first, I gotta set the stage for this profile.
Okay.
New York City, 1970s.
Oh yeah.
Half the city's on fire, the other half is on cocaine, acid, and poppers.
Woo!
Groups of kids roamed the streets with bats, ready to beat whoever they wanted. Groups of guys roamed the deserted docks, ready to fuck.
Oh
yeah.
God.
It was the most libertine time since Rome. Sex was the first thing you did. Eventually, there's just no ritual. You just went for it. Walk to work, maybe a guy will smile at you, wave. You meet him, you fuck him for lunch, you go back to work. You fuck someone, you turn around, and they're already blowing somebody.
Oh my God.
Holy.
What is this, Shangri-La?
Pretty much.
Yeah, right?
At the docks, they would have empty tractor-trailer trucks where guys would just pile in, no lights, just fucking, completely packed, and someone would light a match, and they all go,
Who
whoa!
farted?
Jesus. Someone light a match.
Yeah.
It went
Like
from
shit in there.
It went from oppression to celebration in a very short amount of time. Replaced shame with joy and loving your body and another's. And then the club scene grew. Combine that sex with energy and drugs, and you got people cooking.
Oh my God.
Of course, no place combined it all better than Studio 54. Hell, even the artwork was doing drugs.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The moon is getting fucking lifted.
Look at that moon playing the
Whoa,
banjo like
dude.
that.
No, dude, that's a Coke spoon, bro.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
That's
Doing
awesome.
drugs.
All right.
Hey.
Cool intro,
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
Yeah, really.
That was
steal that.
from Apache. They were a band in the
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
Jump on it.
That's right.
Mm.
Meow, meow, meow. You know, Carlton did the dance.
Yep.
hmm
Jump on it.
So I want to talk about this man named Andrew John Crispo.
And AJ Crispo?
AJ Crispo.
The financier?
Oh, well, I mean, kind of. Now, he was born April 21st, 1945 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He never knew his parents. His Italian mother had a fling with a Frenchman in Philadelphia, and she deposited the
Fucking
resulting
French.
child, Andrew John Crispo, into St. John's, a local orphanage.
Oh, wow.
It's always a fucking Frenchman.
Is Crispo a French name?
The mother's name.
Yeah, I think it's the mother's name.
How do you spell it?
Crispo.
Yeah.
Oh, Crispo.
See, that feels Italian.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, Italian mother.
It's not CRISPEAUX.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
literally what I thought it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Crispo.
Now, he was raised in the orphanage, taught by nuns, and tossed to and from families in Philadelphia until he was old enough to not be missed anymore.
Mm.
He first hit the Philly gay bar scene in 1962 when he was 16 or 17.
Fun.
Homosexuality was illegal in those days, and local gay bars were only allowed to exist by paying off the cops. So they would have these two big burly guys up at the door.
Yeah.
And if the cops ever showed up, a light would go on in the bar, and all the gay guys would run out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the cops would come in and they would take their payoff. And if they didn't get paid off, they would shut the bar down, arrest everybody, and put their names in the paper as homosexuals.
Yes.
Which is
What a
basically
time to be
a
alive.
personal ad.
Well, they would have
Now
to go
you,
to jail.
now you know all the gay guys in town.
Yeah, but then
alright.
the gay guys already knew the gay guys.
Yeah, that's
It was the people you would lose a job because you got arrested at a gay bar.
Yeah, I guess.
them lavender laws. man.
Yes. Yeah, or you get divorced, the shame of the family. Like you couldn't, if you came out to your family as gay, they would put you in an institution.
Yeah, this
Shock
is
treatment?
the 60s?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I should say, so my sources come from the book about Andrew Crispo called Bag of Toys by David French. Fantastic documentary called The Terminal Bar documentary,
Okay.
which we will talk about on Patreon. And also a great documentary on Vimeo called Gay Sex in the 70s,
Cool.
which basically just covers New York in the 70s from Stonewall until AIDS.
Word.
Oh, wow.
Well, and that's, you know what, not for nothing, if I could pick a time to go.
Yeah,
that'd
dude.
be pretty-
So would I.
that'd be pretty great.
Yeah.
That'd be
Great
be
music, cool
pretty
cars, good
fucking
movies,
cool.
pre-AIDS, good coke.
Pre-AIDS, good coke.
Yeah.
Well,
Do whatever you wanted
it was a major heyday.
if you're white.
I think that's that's the tagline for that new Ty West movie. Maxine, good coke, pre-AIDS.
Yeah.
So what Andrew liked to do, now the bars would throw him out because he was too young, but maybe before they threw him out, he could make a quick walk around the bar and maybe find a guy who would give him a place to stay and fuck him for the night, or maybe just give him some money for the fucking.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Yeah. And if not, he would head back to the Rittenhouse Square, which was this park in Philadelphia where all the young gay guys would sleep and fuck in the bushes.
Mm.
He was at the park where he met his first true friend, a guy named Tommy Martin. He and Tommy would meet up every so often, and if Tommy was able to borrow his brother's car, they would park it out behind the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
Nice.
And, usually just take your pants down to your ankles. Don't want to get too naked in case the cops show up.
You bet.
But one night, Andrew, being a rapscallion, got completely naked, hopped the fence of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and they fucked underneath the statue of a mariner staring.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking
Sailors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a charmer and a risk taker, this Andrew. He was known as Andy back then. Now, whether these dalliances at the museum got Andy interested in art, it's no one's really sure. But it wasn't long after that at a gallery showing in Philadelphia, he walked in, signed up saying he was a buyer for Sotheby's, did a walk around the gallery, saw an oil painting by Vincent Price, took it off the wall, and
By
walked.
Vincent Price?
Yes.
Whoa.
The Vincent Price?
Yes.
Oh, hello, children.
Yes.
AJ Crispo again.
I've painted this with my own two hands.
You think I'm locked in here with you?
Are these walls actually stretching?
And so he picked it up off the wall, put it under his arm, and walked out. And it wasn't until the next day anyone noticed it was gone.
Cool.
Is this hole actually gaping?
Who took that Price original?
It's priceless.
Now we're priceless.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Thanks,
Great.
Crispo.
Thanks a lot, you fucking... Nope, not gonna say
Damn
it. You really will.
Gay guy.
I will. Don't
Thank
worry,
you,
I'm
Andy.
saving it.
You're going to say it, and we're going to record it, and it's going to be a drop at the #1 button spot.
Good. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, and I give you permission to do that.
Already here. First, I guess.
That's legal.
It's legally podcasts are legally binding.
Yes. Now, so after this, suddenly all kinds of other artworks kept showing up in Andy's apartment. And suddenly he was flush with cash.
No.
And he liked to spend his weekends by renting out a hotel room and inviting his boyfriend or some boyfriends over. They'd fuck in the hotel room.
The fellas.
The next morning, Andy would go to the front desk and he would go, I'm going out. Let me know if I have any calls. And he would leave an empty suitcase in the room. And then he would walk out and never return, never pay. Also a good way to save money.
Also, the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they would open the door and be like, his suitcase is in here.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back. And that's
Went through a
awesome.
lot of suitcases.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's fucking iconic. I love
good
this
time.
guy. For now.
He'll be back. His suitcase is here. We actually can't rent that room for a while.
Yeah, wow, he owes us a lot of money. This is going to be great.
Shit all over these walls, man.
Move it. How much shit do you think is involved in anal sex?
When done right?
Zero.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know that you.
And let that be a lesson to you at home.
You, dear listener.
Wash yourself out, guys.
And girls.
And girls. And girls. If you
Yeah,
have an
they have
asshole and you
both.
want to get, yeah, I
And the
understand.
vapes.
And the vapes. And the vapes.
Yeah.
The vape thems.
It's a real hard
Clean out your asshole.
Yeah, but even if you don't.
As the bottom that I've recently had some perusing with had said, "You want to come over? I power washed my insides."
Oh, my God.
And I said, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Grass, bro. With an invitation like that?
Yeah, you power washed it in there. We're going in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you don't have to power wash it to eat it, but
But I mean,
it helps.
It's like,
Sure.
it's like lettuce.
I don't want to get that poop disease that I can't remember the name of that
Cholera.
people keep getting from eating ass all over. the
Oh,
place
yeah.
now.
A good time itis.
It'd be nice to power wash it with that good time slime from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, I love you, man.
I love you. I love you guys. I love you too, man.
I think that's
like-
that's what Joe comes. Only comes the gay ectoplasm.
Ghostbusters 2.
No, I exclusively come Duke's mayonnaise
Oh
from.
my God! What the fuck is that?
It's Dukes.
It's Duke's.
It's like
Oh,
mayonnaise.
I thought it was a
tangy.
slang term.
It's like mayonnaise, but gay.
Mayonnaise.
Oh my God, dude! The whole state of Alabama wants you dead now.
It's John Wayne's.
Yeah, it's just
The Dukes.
It's the Dukes.
He's not gay.
No, not at all. Was never once sucked
gotta
and
be- you
fucked
gotta be
with
tough.
Marlon
Would
Brando.
you mind pass me one of those cool?
You have to be a tough straight guy to fuck that many dudes.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got to be straight to fuck
The
that
straightest
other
thing you
guys.
can ever do is overpower another man.
Yeah.
How do you think the white hat got white?
So, in 1964, Andy and a friend, they go to see Liberace's show in Philadelphia.
Hell yeah,
Nice.
dude.
They're sitting in the front row, and he's making eye contact with Liberace all night.
Professional groomer Liberace.
And Andy slips a note to the waiter and says, give this to Liberace. The waiter comes back during intermission and says, Liberace would like to meet you after the show.
Is that a
Oh my
fact?
Swear.
God.
And they go, hey, Lee, as he was known then, because he wasn't out.
Yeah. Because he's got too many fucking suitcases all over the place. I'm Lee now.
No, you Liberace.
Yeah.
Oh, Liberace was on.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
Liberace.
I finally saw the movie.
So they meet up after the show, and they're like, hey, we're throwing a party. You want to come by? Liberace comes by with a bunch of elder teenagers, and they have a grand time, taking pictures, smiling,
Yeah,
sitting on each other's laps.
and that's it.
And then
And we got those photos right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you got them on your phone. Pull them up.
Yeah.
Lee and the elder teens.
Yeah.
Elder teens.
Elder Teen
Elder
Spunk Force.
Teens.
Go.
Liberace was really the Bryan Singer of his day.
Yeah. He opened an elder teen home.
Having those pool parties. Exclusively for elder
for the
teens to have
elder
pool parties.
These guys are almost aged out.
It's nice to know I've aged out of Bryan Singer wanting to rape me.
I don't know, man.
No, I know.
Yeah, but you got that youthful.
But after this party, Andy.
You got that mutant gene.
Thank you
Yeah.
for letting me know that I'm still young looking enough for Bryan Singer to want to rape me.
So after the party, Andy stays in touch with Liberace, and whenever he's in town, Andy stays over and makes some easy money.
Nice.
Good time.
And but Andy, he had this pattern. There would be these short little one-offs and of here's a one night stand, but always have a longer term wealthy boyfriend. Was usually the part of the goal, it seemed. And he moved on to this guy, a closeted gay man in Philadelphia named Harry McElhaney. McElhaney was maybe one of the richest men in Philadelphia. His dad invented the gas meter,
Whoa.
pretty
That's
pretty essential invention.
It's pretty cool.
And also, he had a huge art collection. So Andy would go over there, make some money getting fucked, and every now and then steal a piece of art.
Cool.
Sick, dude.
And McElhaney seemed to kind of be charmed and bemused by it.
That's fucking great.
I love that.
And
I
also,
love that.
as a closeted gay guy, he can't exactly be going to the cops and saying,
Yeah.
"This gay guy keeps coming over, sucking my dick and taking my art."
yeah.
That's some daddy brat behavior.
Yes, very much.
That man had a brat kink. Where he's like, I like that he's being a little piece of shit and stealing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking fuck him raw later.
Yeah, I'm gonna power wash his insides. The old-fashioned way.
Yeah. I'm gonna bend him over and make him face this newly blank wall where I used to have.
A Monet.
And he'll get it. He'll get it. You know.
He'll know he was bad.
It's
like rubbing a dog's face in their mess. Plus, I'm gonna rub this kid's face in his mess.
It's called a snowball.
Oh my God!
Like that.
Snowball in summer. Maybe Andy just got a little cocky over his skis, or he just wanted more money. But at some point in 1964, he threatens to out the gay bartenders in Philadelphia. Gets 86 from the gay bar scene. Then he does the same thing to Liberace. Gets 86 from Liberace. The judge, this judge he worked for at the courthouse, who was kind of like his father of sorts, the guy who got him a job and just made sure he was okay.
Right.
he said, Andy, I know where your mother is. Would you like to meet her? Andy says, nope. And he says, I have this wonderful feeling of being me now.
I mean,
Okay.
And
I kind of get that. Yeah. Hey, like you went through foster homes. I didn't know the woman. Fuck her. She didn't raise me.
yeah,
She doesn't get to know me.
Yeah,
I
what'd you-
get that.
I'm going to show up, I'm gay, and she's going to be like, oh, no.
Does she have any art?
I was hoping this guy was like a real comedian being like, I know your mother. You want to meet her? Yeah, sure. And then just takes him to a grave.
Oh my God.
Like, there's your mother.
Yeah.
No, but there is something you're right about. Like, do I want to allow somebody now to like write their story over mine?
Especially
Not
where like
really.
I know who I am. Chances
Yeah.
are she's not gonna
She's
like
not
who
gonna
I
dig
am.
my style.
Yeah, and with gay culture at that time being so like that, your identity is so strong because it's forbidden.
100%.
You know, it's like
He's allowed to have this kind of like sexually liberated life because he has no family tie.
right,
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
he has nothing like
Yeah.
there, which is like in a way very sad, but also like he has chosen family.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
Obviously.
doesn't have to be closeted like the rich guy who's got.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never mind.
No,
I don't
what?
want any spoilers
Okay.
in the story. I'm just like I feel like I'm gonna be caping for this person and then he's gonna end up murdering somebody.
Probably,
And
yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll still be.
It'll still be.
Yeah, it'll still be pretty
it'll
cool.
still be
on
pretty cool.
his side.
Yeah. If he's like a sex worker defending himself, then I'm like, yeah, actually,
Or if he just got bored.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if you just had no morality whatsoever, we'd still.
I'm tired of all this butt fucking. What
Yeah,
else can I do?
I've gotten to know this guy, and
I've
now I'm on his
sucked.
side no matter what.
And I fucked every cock in Woody's,
What do you want me to do now?
which is a real gay bar in Philadelphia
Yeah.
that I used to frequent with a fake ID all the time.
No.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how I met the fart sniffer. Anyway,
Hell yeah.
Check us out
that's
on
the story.
Patreon.
Yeah, I was going to
You're
say
gonna get
that's the
that
story
The
for
Fart
Patreon.
Sniffer
I'll tell you.
spinoff.
Hell yeah.
Tell you all about that film director.
Whoo!
So in 1964, at some point,
Who's Brian Singer?
near the end of near late 1964, the FBI starts asking about missing paintings from the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and Andy decides it's probably time for him to
Skedaddle.
leave Philadelphia.
He's stealing it from the museum.
Dude,
that's
Brazen.
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Well, you know,
Indiana Jones
gotta raise the stakes.
fucking hates this guy.
He likes
Yeah.
raising the stakes. So in late 64, he moves to New York City. And there he has an older boyfriend, a man named Arthur Smith. And Arthur Smith was a protege of this guy named Billy Baldwin, who was basically like the interior decorator of like one of the greatest of the century.
Mhm.
He was like the guy everybody went to if you had money.
Mm.
And Andy moves in with Arthur Smith. And in this palatial apartment in New York, he starts to go by Andrew Crispo now.
Oh.
And he says on his first day in New York City, he walks into an art gallery and he charms the owner. Starts working for him. A few weeks later, he even makes his first acquisition. That owner sold him a Robert Henri drawing, and then later gave him another one. The second one Andy sold for $1,500, well, about 3 times its value. And the owner was kind of annoyed, but he was like, okay, well, he's charming. Later, the owner would call Andy a complete fake.
I thought you were going to say it. Or the complete. I know. And here
This
we
dude
go.
was a total
Not going to say it.
gay guy.
Gay guy.
But Andy...
It's my impression of you. That's what you sound like.
And Andy he's an art runner. And so as the art runner, you know, part of your job is to take the art from one gallery, bring it to another gallery. If they're going to have a show, they use the art on consignment. And so he met all these other gallery owners, and he charms another one and starts working there. And in about 67 now, he's doing that for about 3 years there. An assistant in that gallery leaves, and Andy convinces them to give him the position as a gallery assistant. You know, setting up the art and making sure it goes here and there and assisting when people come in. And he would hold that position for about 5 years. And now these were just regular art galleries. The one that fascinated him the most was called the Wickersham Gallery. It was run by a man named Luigi Derricova. Now, what would happen is when they did their openings, there would always be a party when you open the gallery for a
Of
show.
course.
And so when they would do their openings, there'd be paintings and photographs on the wall, and they would have, normal stuff. But then throughout the gallery would be life-size statues of fully nude men and women painted with these great metallic colors.
Cool.
And they were life-size because they were living people. They were,
Oh.
and they had to be frozen the whole time.
Word.
Imagine keeping a.
They had to do that on
Oh.
America's Next Top Model once. That was fun.
Oh my God.
And big Joan Crawford, Ethel Merman would show up to this gallery. A big deal at the time, and other celebrities. And after the showing was over, after they would close the upstairs, they would all go downstairs, and all of the
Fuck the statues.
statues would come to life.
Oh,
Holy shit.
dude. Fuck yeah. Like, that's that. Oh, man.
Joe's just walking out of there with a chrome thing on his mouth, like it's
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
Witness
like he's
me.
been huffing paint.
Fucking witness me eat this ass.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna polish that toe itch. That's Joe.
Did you say polish that toe itch?
Toe hitch.
Toe hit.
Toe hitch.
Like the back of a truck. You know?
I got it.
I thought you meant like I was gonna toe fuck a person. Like I've got an itch on my toe and I'm gonna stick it in a butt
Jesus
to get.
Christ.
You can do that too.
Yeah, man.
Is that what you guys do?
Hey. This started with talking about BDSM. So my fucking like the depth and breadth of my knowledge of kink is like open.
Oh, we want that
Yeah.
brought here.
Yeah.
we
Let it
I know
flow.
you do.
Yeah, we do.
You
That's
sick
awesome.
fucks.
Yeah,
I
dude.
know all about
Expand
it.
my horizons.
I will. Maybe not on camera, but I will.
By horizons, I mean but
There are some things I will not talk about
All right.
Boo.
on camera.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, good.
So the shows would continue like this for a while until the neighborhood eventually. The gallery would get more brazen and have like nude pictures in the windows and stuff. And
What?
I'm just going. It got more brazen. I'm just imagining a dude's sack just like up against the window.
just
Oh my
pressed
God.
Just like really in your face.
Yeah.
Like
There's
that.
people outside
Where it's just
staring at it.
asshole and ball bag
do you think it
in the
means?
window,
You know-
and it's a dude that's alive, and he's just looking back. You know what I mean?
You know,
Like,
it has been about 40 minutes since we took that gummy, so it's hitting you right now.
Tight.
That's
yeah, no, I went up to a place because it already sounds very brazen. You're fucking
Yeah.
the statues.
what.
So I'm thinking of how much more brazen can it get? You know what I mean?
And it's fucking the statue in the middle of the party.
Yeah.
but by the time it closed, the Wickersham Gallery in '71, homosexuality didn't need to hide anymore. You didn't
Right,
need to
'cause
put it behind a
liberation
curtain.
happened.
Now it was blossoming. It was everywhere. And in '72, Andrew Crispo is 28, and he decides it's time to open his own gallery. At first, he got a cash injection from this old art collector,
Yeah.
and no, it was a lady, and she promised him like $1 million more. She gave him $60,000 up front and promised him.
Another million?
She said she liked his eye for art, but then her husband died, and she lost access to the money.
You dumb bitch.
Good
You gotta have
Lord.
that in paper, man. You gotta have shit written down where you get that.
You're gonna get $1 million. Yeah.
No. She's gotta get.
I understand. I do.
His kids went after the money. Yeah. So, but Andrew, he finds a space in the Fuller Building in the corner of Madison and 57th. And I'll show you a little picture of that.
Oh, yeah. I know that I'm. Oh.
Pretty hot spot.
Oh. I am
Banging.
very familiar with that building.
And so he gets, I believe, the second floor. The whole second floor.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what's there now.
Really?
Oh,
Where-
fuck. Because I would have to, I would pass that every day on the bus to high school.
That looks like that's now.
That is now, yes. This is kind of
No.
what it looked like back then.
Back then.
Okay. But that's like you're saying the 70s.
Yeah, that first
I mean,
picture's
that just
probably
looks
it.
like Saks Fifth Avenue.
Mm.
But it's Madison 57th.
That's what they called it.
But also, this would have been,
Saks.
I mean, I'm also talking about taking about, what, like almost 20 years ago now?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me want to die. I just realized that this
You're older.
fall is
No,
the
just
20th
wait.
anniversary of my freshman year.
Mm.
Ugh. I'm going to die. Please move on.
So Andrew says he'll take it. The rent is about $6,000 a month. Today, the smallest office, which is not that one, is 2,000 square feet, is at minimum $174,000 a month. So for his time, he's paying, $6,000 back then for one giant space.
Yeah.
Still a good deal, but still also expensive in general.
Yes.
It is-
Yeah.
Used to be rented out by the New York Jets.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
My dad's
What'd they do
football
there?
team.
Yeah. What did they do there?
Practice?
Yeah, they're
That'd be awesome.
fucking beaming a ball.
Is this what he's got going on in there?
So, his friend Arthur, his friend and now former lover, but he's still living with Arthur. They now have a 2-bedroom place where they each have their own separate bedrooms.
Good.
And Arthur designs all of the rooms. Each room in the place is named after its color, but each room has a different purpose. So there'd be one room where you'd show off like old art. There'd be another room where there's just a couch and you would bring in pieces for buyers.
And this is the gallery on.
This is the
Fifth?
gallery that become the Andrew Crispo Gallery.
And they were also living there?
No, they lived nearby.
Okay.
But
Upper East Side shit. That's fucking so expensive. That is such a, especially back then, like that was very much when there was the uptown downtown divide.
yeah. And so each of these rooms is designed specifically.
This is the gallery?
I'm
Yes.
kind of loving everything.
Oh, no, I mean,
showing me. This is really, really cool.
The artists of the time were absolutely drawn to it because of the design
Wouldn't you?
and the promises made.
So many surfaces for Coke.
I mean, the
Yes.
gallery in and of itself is immersive art.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like-
exactly. Yes.
When you say the promise is made, what do you mean?
Well, it was, I'm gonna do these big art shows with your art, and we'll bring in other art, and it's going to
What
be
was it
a
delivered
fun.
on?
Well, so yeah, in essence,
Okay.
Cool.
so they artists such as David Leger, Robert Pousset Dart, Robert Courtwright, Fred Eversley, the Smithsonian's first ever artist in residence was Eversley. Many other people, up and comers, people who are already established, and so Andrew he cultivates the artists, and then once you get the artists, you have to add inventory. The way galleries make money is not the art selling the art that's on display, but you have a giant back room with the really expensive stuff that's not out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you find buyers who like your gallery style, you befriend them,
If you
and you
like
say,
this, come
yes,
over here, check this
exactly.
shit out.
Oh,
That's where you make
the
big
side
money.
room.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Interesting.
secret in
Yeah,
and
the
out,
back room.
the in and
we
out
don't
secret menu.
advertise we have this
Yes.
because
The gummy bear smoothie from Jamba Juice, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
off mic.
Yeah, that was off mic. It's not a secret item anymore.
anymore.
It's now
Fucking
just
on
on
this
the
show.
menu. No, I'm saying like now it was the most popular item that they had on the secret menu, and now it's just one of the 5 things they do.
We got to find out what's on the secret menu now and get that out.
And get that out there.
Yeah, the Ghostbuster slime.
Yeah.
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So Andrew started going out around and finding inventory, and he seemed to have a magic ability to find expensive paintings for cheap, or at estate sales, or in some small gallery that people weren't paying attention to. And at one point, he owned 17 George O'Keeffe paintings.
Holy shit.
No
Whoa.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
17?
Yeah, he was a big O'Keeffe fan, and at one point, him and Arthur Smith went
Weird.
and met her. There's a famous picture of her with a denim jacket. It's Arthur Smith's jacket that he gifted to her.
Oh.
And Andrew would lie. She gave him a sculpture she made. And Andrew would lie and say it was her first ever sculpture. But if you looked up, she actually has a sculpture called First Sculpture. And it is not that.
I really am obsessed with the idea of I almost said it again, and I'm not going to say it yet.
A gay guy.
A gay guy.
Loving vaginal art.
Loving vaginal art. Because
Yeah.
you know what's funny? I, too, love Georgia O'Keeffe paintings.
Hell yeah.
I really, really do. I'm like, you know what? I get it. Do I want to see the real thing? No, thank you.
Right.
On a lady.
Right.
Mm.
But on a guy?
Yeah. I mean, trans men are men.
Or
I'm
into
you
it.
can see it on a guy.
or a painting.
Or a painting.
Or
Yeah.
a living. How about a living sculpture?
Yeah, sure.
Technically, not even a person, man.
No.
Yeah.
Then they're
Pressed up
an
against a window.
You don't have to even look him in the eye.
No, I'm gonna look him in the singular
Yeah.
eye.
It's not gay. It's art. For you, it's
Wow,
not straight.
that had to have been the war cry of so many like heterosexual men in the 90s,
Yeah.
like
It's
trying
not
to
gay,
defend.
it's
It's
art.
not gay, it's art.
Yeah, it's immersive.
Yeah.
It's immersive art.
I'm immersed.
There's a guy getting pounded on the floor. He's like, "Hi, I'm Art."
That's pretty funny.
You just want to power wash my insides.
Why am I covered in
they
this
were
sticky
saying-
goo?
They were saying they already had power washed their inside.
I know,
yes.
but this guy wants it.
But then
Yeah.
I was gonna go and do some more.
I know you were gonna fucking pour cement.
I was
Cement.
I
You were gonna pour
that
cement.
is, and you know what, that is appropriate because my nut is chunky
Oh my God.
And that's healthy.
and that's healthy. It means I've got a lot of cultures in my
No stir.
biome.
Fiber. It's good.
It's that no stir.
I've been taking hymns.
Oh, good.
So eventually, Andrew had enough. He had enough inventory to hold his first show. It was called Pioneers of American Abstraction. You can still buy the catalog online. It featured 19th and 20th century paintings from Stuart Davis, Arthur Dove, John Marin, Charles DeMuth, Oscar Blumner, Charles Seeler, Max Weber, along with collages by Joseph Stella, who was kind of like the nouveau objet trouvé, the found art guy. And along with O'Keefe. New York Times gave it good reviews. Here's a picture of the catalog. Some of the art that is in it.
Cool.
Hey, all right.
Oh, word.
That's art.
So tell me again what year this is?
This would be 1973.
Wow.
Ooh. These are cool, man.
Definitely art.
These will all be on the Patreon. Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
John. That's Fred
love
Eversley.
that.
That's the artist. One of the guys he befriended.
Oh, I love is this glass?
Yes.
Wow.
Glass balls. Wow. So it was a total hit, and New York Times gave it good reviews. The guest book, the signed guest book, just recently sold for $1,500 because it has all these famous
Cool.
people's signatures.
That's a good deal,
and
man.
addresses. Yeah,
Their addresses too.
yeah. In the guest book, they write their address.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
At the
But while at this first show, I believe there's a couple. It says in the book later, but at the first show, he meets the guy who would keep him alive financially for years. A man named Baron Hans Heinrich von Thyssen-Bornemisza.
Oh
shit.
God.
Whoa.
I already called him Heine.
Heine.
Yeah.
Heine.
And
Yeah.
did you say he's a baron?
Baron Hans Heinrich von Thyssen-Bornemisza. Yeah,
Tisa Bonamisa.
yeah.
What a deeply unserious. Where are they?
Well, he's one of the wealthiest men in the world. He's the grandson of Andrew Carnegie.
Oh my God.
His father and uncle had done business with both Hitler and the Allies. It made them very rich.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Regular Bush family.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude!
They had a steel company, of course, and so they made steel parts
God
for
damn it.
Wow.
the whole war.
Yeah. It's just steel. I don't know what you do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know. I get checks from everywhere.
A lot of checks. I got a lot of
They
checks.
come in. I don't know. Everybody makes mistakes.
And Andrew
Ah,
at the first meeting at that first show, the Baron he goes, unbeknownst to Andrew that it's the Baron, he goes, "Hey, the owner of this piece, their name is misspelled." And Andrew goes, "I don't think so. Why do you think so?" And the guy goes, "Because I am the Baron."
Uh,
I
And
am
they be-
Pagliacci.
Yes, exactly. And they become really good friends. Andrew charms the Baron. That first night, the Baron buys 4 paintings off of him.
well,
Oh man.
now, because he's a baron, I assume he goes both ways, just because he's
Not
so rich and bored.
Not reportedly, but he had
Why wouldn't you?
he had a lot of wives,
Yeah.
Mm.
and
He
that will
covered
come
some
up again.
Covered some.
The Baron himself, his family had all these conglomerates, and when his uncle died and his father died, everything was given to him.
Mm.
And the conglomerates pulled in billions every year. He made at least $50 million
A year.
by himself, which is about $385 million
Holy fuck!
just by himself, not doing anything.
Passive income.
Yep. And his favorite thing to do was to, with his money, was to build on his father's art collection. Eventually, the Baron's art collection was the largest private collection in the world.
Holy fuck.
Second only to Queen Elizabeth II's. And he used to joke that she just only cares about the horses.
Oh my god.
But her collection is also paid for by the British people, so you know.
Yeah, and it's inherited, and she's not the one picking it out.
Exactly.
Maybe she loves the fucking horses.
On this fucking podcast, we cape for Lizzie the second. We simp for the
I was
dead
gonna
queen.
say you're such a simp.
Yeah.
Now,
the royal simp enters. Bring in wake up the simp. The simp is sleeping, sir.
Somebody awaken the royal.
Wake him up.
Wake him up. I don't care what time it is.
Your Grace, your taste in artwork is simply divine. The horses, the galloping.
All of it. All of
The trotting.
I'm the Baron Tilly Dilly or whatever the
Baron von Tiddlywinks, man.
Tisa Manisa.
Tilly Diddly Gemma has seen a ghost. That's my full
It's a
name.
crazy thing to have to say if you're like a fucking butler or a waiter.
yeah.
Baron von Tisa Manisa.
Baron Heinrich.
Say it again.
Baron Hans Heinrich von Tisa-Bona Misa.
Tisa Bona Misa.
Baron Tisa von Misa. Dude, it sounds cool.
That's
that
why you
sounds
call
like-
him Heine.
No, that sounds like you go up.
Tiny.
You go up to like the fucking like Dominican parts of Washington Heights. Can I get a Tisa Bona Misa, please?
Yeah. But but if his car is getting towed, you're like, Heine.
Let me get the jerk Tisa Bona Misa.
I will say his car
Sounds delicious.
his car did not get towed.
No.
There was one night years later.
It was Batmobile.
It's not in my notes, and it comes up years later. But I'll just say it now, just for reference. Andrew and the Baron were in Kansas City for a gallery showing, and
Missouri?
yes,
Okay.
and the Baron was charmed by a young lady at the gallery who didn't know who he was and wanted to go out to party, but his bodyguards wouldn't let him, so he snuck off with Andrew, went to a party. That night, Andrew got a phone call from the mayor and the police chief of Kansas City, who were all looking for the Baron because he hadn't reported home yet.
Whoa.
So that's the kind of that his car doesn't get towed. Is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Right. If he doesn't check in, people call the National Guard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, League of Shadows.
It really it makes a lot of sense though for that amount of money. They're
Yeah.
like, where's that guy that's in charge of all of our money? And you go like, oh, he's hanging out with that cool gay guy.
Gay guy. He's getting some Tisa in his Bona Misa.
Oh my god.
Now, so when that first gallery was 73, by 74, the Andrew Crispo Gallery is one of the hottest galleries in town, and we'll get to the parties it would throw. But first, I would like to take a quick commercial break, and today's sponsor
Who is it? Who is it?
Come to Man's Country. See what we're all about and
Yes.
what we have to offer. Man's Country is a full facility, multi-leveled complex
Seeing
that was
muscular men
designed to
in
feature
towels.
something for everyone.
Underwear.
Come to Man's Country and develop your body, or a friendship with somebody else's.
Hell
Once,
yeah,
and you'll
dude.
come again and again.
Oh, you come again.
For the best workout in town, it's Man's Country, 28 West 15th Street.
You are nasty.
Nice.
That is amazing.
West
Thank you to the
shit.
generous
Fuck
sponsorship
yeah.
from Man's Country.
Yeah.
We've all got
Country.
complimentary
I will be
memberships.
visiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a free membership.
I do, yeah, because
Just by
I'm
appearing on
a
the show.
gay guy.
Hey, you don't have to be one of those. It's Man's Country. You just got to be a man.
As opposed to God's country.
That's right.
Man is made in God's image.
There
my
is no
friend.
God in man's country.
Except
What about
that one
ape
guy who
country?
calls himself God.
What about ape country?
Can you imagine how many Vincent Price paintings are in Man's Country?
Oh,
And they got those eyes that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that follow you across the app.
Yeah.
It's eye follows your every move. Yeah, it's
One of them's a glory hole.
oh, God willing, man willing.
Man willing. And they are. I'll tell you. And he is. Man, just insert
And how.
man. They are.
Yeah.
Yes. They are ready. They are fucking ready.
Are we actually taking a break?
Yeah, let's take a
All
little.
right, we'll
Oh,
take a break,
okay.
folks. We'll be right back.
Nice.
And we're back. All right. Well, we just nice relaxing time in man country.
Gay.
Yeah.
Oh God, my body just feels so
I know.
loose.
It is.
I made friends with someone else's body.
Yeah. Art.
Now, Matt, I think what I'm getting here is we got a gentleman here who does have a true eye for art.
Yes, and charming people.
And charming people, and there's a lot of I think need on the other, which is interesting. Sort of a
Yes.
parasite.
Yes. David France in the book, he writes
France.
about the picture they got with Liberace. Andrew is kind of sitting off to the side, and he says it's something to the effect of, you can see in his face that Andrew is not enjoying it as much, and he's seeing a table full of other people's happiness.
What a bum.
Shucks.
But
Shit.
you know,
Dang.
with his, I imagine, with his upbringing, and there's a lot going on there. But in 1974, riding high, and he's got one of the hottest galleries in town. When he would have openings, they would have searchlights in the air. For one of his shows, Liza Minnelli, Leonard Bernstein, Sammy Davis Jr., Geraldo Rivera, who hadn't yet made his heel turn, was there.
And opened up the empty vault.
Yes. He had just gotten famous for breaking a story about a boys' home that had autistic and mentally handicapped children in it that were just like, the kids were just chained. Like,
Yes.
Geraldo broke in and
wait.
got video footage of it all and broke
Wait a
this
minute.
huge story.
Where was this?
I think this was New York.
Because I feel
in
like
the
that's on
the
Staten
mid-70s.
Island. I feel like that's
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
That's Seaview Hospital on Staten Island.
It might have been
That
Seaview.
That
yeah.
is.
And
That's
Geraldo's in
Geraldo
there
Rivera's
going,
big
get
break.
cameras on the...
Literally,
Get the
Geraldo
camera on
Rivera's-
the
Get
kid
these
in-
kids out of here. This is not what I came here for.
Yeah, that.
I thought this was a
his big
man
break.
country.
Was the mental hospital on Staten Island?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That with all of the haunted tunnels.
Yes.
Haunted with the ghosts of autistic kids.
Yeah.
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 Those are some fucked up ghosts.
That's where
man.
you'd go. That's where you'd go and drink. Where like the abandoned buildings. Of
Oh my
Seaview.
God.
Like when
Yeah.
we go drink in the woods. Like that's where we would.
We're gonna
end.
go into the abandoned Riri hospital.
Yeah, well, no, there's no one. Yeah, it's a safe place
Yeah.
to drink.
Dude, I'm not
Well,
going where there's
until you start
re-ghosts.
going into the sub bases, and then there were like satanic transients and stuff. It's
Sure.
a whole thing.
But it's also it is very reminiscent of when, so like gay culture in the 70s. Not everybody could go to the bars, but the piers were empty,
Yeah.
so they would go to the piers, and there would be 1,000 guys on the piers
Dick
just doing
dogs.
whatever. They would be having sex, falling off buildings and into the water,
Ah!
and it was
My
just
God.
I know you like to get wet.
Doing the Waterworld stunt show.
yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. Real water sports heavy, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's piss.
Is it piss?
Don't even pour it through the filter first. Drink it straight from the tap, baby.
Straight from the tap.
But so for instance, the Geraldo show was they did a charity show because for a gallery to get with not having to pay consignment for paintings they're putting up, you could say it's a charity, and so they would get paintings for cheap or for free that they could show off, and so they would do all these quote unquote charitable shows, and they would raise money, sure, but it's also an easier way to get famous people to show up.
Also, I'm sure there's some tax benefits.
Absolutely. And so this one show, which was a watercolor show, with watercolors from Winslow Homer and Edward Hopper and all kind of other.
I know one name.
Yeah.
I love a watercolor.
And so at this opening gala, the guests they viewed the art, they drank their cocktails, and then when that part was over, they walked over the red carpet that had been strung across the 57th Street. And into the Jaguar dealership showroom, which had been empty of cars. And there, Carol Channing, Joel Grey, and Liza Minnelli sang songs as
Holy
Fats Waller Jr. played piano in the background.
No
Oh my
way.
God, how'd they get the piano in the car dealership?
It's a Jaguar party. I tried to do Carol and I couldn't.
I thought it was Liza.
Yeah,
No jam today. That's more Carol.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
It's very good jam.
Now, so this went on until 4 a.m. when the police showed up and rolled the carpet up and took the barricade that had been blocking the street and put it to the side so traffic could resume for the morning rush hour.
Amazing.
Cool.
That's how much.
Yeah,
That's how much power was going on through this thing.
They didn't beat everybody with billy clubs. Things changed.
Yeah. And then after the show, then Andrew Crispo would do his normal thing where he would accept compliments rather sheepishly and then go to into his usual shtick, which was talking up all the guys he saw. He would say things like, "Nice ass on that boy," and he must have a dick like a fire plug.
Oh my God. What is a fire?
I think
plug?
a fire hydrant.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, all naughty and chody.
Yeah, Jody with a couple of like Prince Alberts at the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when things were going good, he was this high level of like fun and excitement and being real catty and playing jokes.
Shit.
One time right after this show, his art director was on a flight to Paris, and Crispo, pretending to be her doctor, called the airline and told them that she had syphilis. And so they pulled her off the plane because France was like, we can't have people with syphilis coming in.
What? They invented syphilis, man.
That's why they don't want it. They don't want the American version.
Yeah.
It's like clean French version.
All diluted.
Yeah.
It's the sexual equivalent of a smallpox blanket.
Actually, it is. Syphilis was a New World disease.
Yeah, well,
Syphilis didn't exist in Europe until they got it from the Native Americans.
it's not really
that.
syphilis unless it's from the syphilitic region of France.
There you go.
Yeah, the syphilis nation.
Oh my God.
We've been battling with the Iroquois for centuries.
Jesus
We
Christ.
moved on to biological warfare.
Yeah.
Now, Crispo himself, he was not a fancy dresser. Here's a picture of him from 1977.
Who is this?
This is
That's Crispo?
That's Crispino.
hold on.
Crispino.
That's Andrew Crispo from 1977. Just dressing like a normal dude. This is at a gallery showing. No, at this point in 1977, he didn't drink. He didn't do drugs.
Lies.
I mean, he's got a cup.
Yes, the drinks were heavy,
lean?
but
Was
he
it
didn't.
lean?
He didn't drink. He didn't drink the heavy drinks that they made there.
Wow, that's.
I
Kudos,
think
man.
his. I think at this point in his life, the juice.
The accent was the juice.
Yeah. Yeah, all these famous people, everybody, his name's on the gallery.
It's
all
true, yeah.
Decent bon ami.
But also, the juice is the juice.
Yeah, there's that.
And the juice is loose.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so he dressed like a regular guy, and he, when he would meet potential buyers, sometimes he would meet him if he met a potential buyer in a gay club, he would tell them that he was actually straight. And his wife and kids died in a car accident. He was only at the gay club because he just needed some comfort.
Oh, and that happens.
Yeah,
That does happen.
I was a man without a country
yeah.
until I found man country,
Yeah. And honestly,
and they stamped my passport.
you get comfort and you get comfort.
Yes.
And that's good.
Mhm.
And that feels
Comfort.
good.
Feels good. That's Southern comfort.
Yeah. Oh, baby, we got to find your debit card.
Sweetheart, oh my, I hate when
Where
that
could it
happens.
be?
Were you swiping it up and down that guy's butt cheeks for a lark?
Now, you should
Lord.
know this next one's going to be a chip card, so you're going to have to insert it.
Or you could just tap it.
You
Just
tap
tap
it.
it right
Just-
there on
Yeah,
the
we
tip.
got tap technology on our cards now.
Yeah.
Now, Crispo's love life was generally as a mix of just like earlier these random one night things, and then this one or two rich boyfriends, and now he has enough money, so the boyfriends they're not richer than him. But it would be these long-term guys, and then on top of them mixed in with all this short-term fucking, which for the culture at that time, also totally accepted generally in the gay community with how open everybody was and how it's just you go somewhere, we're doing this tonight. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You like Man Country wasn't the only place like that.
Of course.
They had the baths where Bette Midler was handing out poppers like candy
Yeah.
and playing music. And the guys in the gay sex documentary were saying like, yeah, you could go down, to the docks or the clubs and you might get something. But if you go to the baths, you spend a little bit of money and you definitely get something.
Yeah, you definitely get something.
And, one of the guys told this story where he's like, when you have to plan out your night, you go, okay, so I'm going to do acid. When do I do coke? Because the acid's going to be doing this. So I have to plan, I'll do coke here.
Yeah.
And then you go to these clubs and you're so fucked up. You're in a room with another guy and you're fucking. And one guy goes, and I was doing this and this guy I was with, we both realized about halfway through that we were friends.
Yeah.
And his friend goes, so what do we do? And he goes, well, let's finish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There is something about that thing, and I mean, the way
Fucking your friends.
No, but this thing of like trusting like where like the night goes.
Yes.
And it's because again of like starting with that thing of like, all right, so you're gay and that's like illegal or whatever, and then it creates like, first of all, like a bunch of good stuff about consent and everybody taking care of each other, like
Yes.
But even just like in the realm of like somebody's having a bad trip or something like that. But
And also, you're all young men.
yeah, but like there's also a huge coordination too of like the events, like those parties. Like I said, I told you about from like they said like, but the early B-52s were involved with like. So like these immersive things where like you go through a house and there's a play taking place
Right, sure,
as you go through the house and all that stuff, and like then it's like then that's over and then we go somewhere else and we do some other fucking crazy elaborate shit.
But again, that's in public. And Crispo was not, he didn't really partake in the public things.
Right.
Now in part 2 is where things really get off.
Okay.
And we'll get into that in a larger way in part 2. Because he's not there yet.
Okay.
He's still, his love life is, one of his favorite activities was his apartment overlooked a gay bar, with a telephone on the corner, and he would have a telescope. And if he saw a guy he liked, he would call the payphone. The guy would pick it up.
Oh, it's so cool.
And he would go like, hey, you looking for a good time? I got some drinks. You want to come up?
Dude.
And so, then he would get, any night he wanted to, he could get some guy to come up to his apartment.
He's like, I got a gang of Boone's Farm up here.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah, I got my own.
I had a whole gang of Boone's Farm up here.
We're a sovereign territory of man country, actually.
Yeah, I got
Duty free.
I got 4 tall steel reserves up here.
Mm.
You look thirsty down there. So are you saying he's not like really out?
He's out.
Okay.
Like he makes fun of, he'll make fun of other gay guys for like being too butch and.
Okay.
But he's not super. He's not super public. He's not going and doing a ton of club stuff. He's still kind of
reserved. He's
reserved.
reserved.
Yes. But also, he has these places where he doesn't need to worry about. Well, he doesn't need approval from other people. He can have someone, and they can do whatever they want.
That's fucking leather bars and kink community. Like that. That's where a lot of reserved people find solace in queer community is in kink, and yeah, for sure, that makes so much sense.
And so one of his he would pick up the guys with the payphone trick, invite him up. One time he actually got a cop by accident, and they thought about doing a sting operation, then they didn't. But one of his
they had sex and stuff.
It's a different kind of sting operation.
He thought about a sting and then he came.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't so bad. And one of his former employees, this guy Ronnie Cairn, who come up in more in part 2, he said he could pick people up all over the place. This is from David France. There's really one aspect of his social persona that was fully developed. He'd be walking down Madison Avenue after lunch, talking about this painting or that client, all of a sudden he'd be gone. Just across the street, pick up some trick and wave goodbye. And then that trick, without embarrassment, might then be escorted right past the gallery's front desk, up the stairs into a very crowded storage room. He would just trot them around, look afterward, like he was showing them off, like he was saying, look at this one, I got another one, the gallery worker said. It was cheap and humiliating to us and to the tricks, who, you could tell, were really hot for him. I don't think they just wanted to get fucked over a couch in the storage room, and you'd really have to maneuver or fuck on that couch.
Oh my God.
His former art director once talked about a scene of Crispo, after showing a visitor the door, turned around to her and said, boy, did I fuck him. Nice bones on that one, I'm telling you.
Nice bones?
Nice bones.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, no.
And
never heard that before in my life.
Well,
I tell you, the bones. Good bones.
Talks about it like an old house.
Yeah. It's like something you hear like Rocky's trainer say. Great bones. Rock.
and his friend Tommy Martin comes back and he says that one of the last times he saw him was the Big Top near a Times Square Flesh
I'll
Emporium.
show you a big top.
He said it was a Saturday. My friend Peter and I just spent the night at the baths or something, so on the way out of town, we thought we'd drop by one of the theaters near the bus station. One more nibble before heading back. There was Andy, behind the movie screen, doing stand-up and bend-over sex. Andy was just standing up, just the way I remember him. He hadn't changed a bit, still hung like an ice sculpture. Still had the best body. Still looked like he needed a meal in that really hot orphan-like way.
Oh my God!
God.
Tommy tried to join the action, but Andrew pushed him gently aside. Together with a handful of unzippered men, Tommy Martin enjoyed the gala event from the sidelines, a cheerleader in the darkened arena.
No, not you, buddy. This one's
my
just us.
I thought you were going to stop the sentence that I saw him doing stand-up.
I know.
I know.
And I was going to
doing a
say,
set?
whoa, what kind of jokes was he telling?
He's going, what else? What
so I'm
else?
fisting this twink the other day. What else? What else?
Dude, also big orphan energy is
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he's got that orphan physique.
Looks like
a hot orphan. Fetishizing the orphandom?
So that's happening, around while the gallery is still going on. But the gallery started, it started going through some trouble. Former Beatles manager Peter Brown used to call Andrew funny money because he was like, I don't know how he runs in these elite circles, owns a gallery, and pays his staff. None of it makes any sense to me. I don't see how this guy's actually making any money. Despite all the good reviews and the famous faces, the gallery's spending was higher than its earnings. And Crispo was ruining his reputation with other galleries. Because a gallery in Worcester, Mass. had lent him a painting by Edward Hicks for a gallery show. Andrew wanted to do an Edward Hicks gallery show, so he needed some Edward Hicks paintings.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any. So he reached out to this Worcester gallery, and they said, the last time we sent you a painting, you didn't pay us for the shipping costs.
That was different.
Yes.
I know now.
I was wrong. I know that now.
Okay, I get it. Good God, what are you, homophobic?
Are you saying just because I did something totally wrong before that I might do it again?
And his art director, who had gone to the museum to get the painting and had to deal with the embarrassment of being told no and why, she wrote the check for the shipping cost, and Andrew wrote her a check for that. His check took 4 weeks to clear.
Yeah.
And the shipping cost is probably like $200,
Yeah.
maybe, not even.
He post-dated it a month.
Yeah.
It'll be good on Thursday.
He just
We're going to figure that out.
He just
I'll figure
gives
it
her
out.
a poster with a drawing of a dick on it.
That's as good as cash.
You take that to man country.
They'll give you your own.
It's a
entrance.
fucking golden ticket.
Now, as they started losing money, the feeling around the gallery began to sour as well. Crispo laid down new rules. The AC and lights were to be turned off unless a potential client showed up. 2 people weren't allowed to go to lunch together lest they gossip
What?
about him.
Lest they gossip.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sick days were docked from paychecks. Personal calls were banned. One of his typists would say that he would dictate a letter to them, and then after they finished the letter and put it on their desk, he would then place a cup of coffee on it. So it would get ruined by the ring of the coffee mug, and they would have to type it again.
Oh
That
my
doesn't save money.
God.
Just really petty.
Oh, no.
Just when things are going bad.
I told you.
When things are going bad.
Yeah. He's like, I wish you didn't make me this way.
Mom.
Why are you making me do this?
And so suddenly the gallery owned 6 figures to an ad agency, 5 figures to a catalog printer, and eventually sleazier and sleazier middle-aged men in fancy suits with money
Fast Eddie.
started showing up to the gallery to float money so they could afford their next shows. And this guy, I think Martin Ackerman, I think his name was, he eventually made this really shady deal with Crispo, a high-interest loan, and Crispo, part of the loan, he, quote, gifted him a painting.
Yeah.
And so that kept them alive for a little bit longer. And due to this money, he was able to get one Edward Hicks painting for the Edward Hicks show.
Ah.
So he had an Edward Hicks show, one painting.
That was a really good
Yeah.
one.
But eventually, he had another show that had this huge opening, and this one was another huge hit. Crispo, during the show, he tricked his art director into leaving to go buy donuts. He said, I could use some donuts, couldn't you? And she was like, oh yeah. And he's like, why don't you go get some? And then right after she left, the New York Times art reviewers showed up. Crispo walked the art reviewer around the gallery, and the art director's name was never in the newspaper review.
Crispo!
Dude.
She resigned a week later, and not long after that, when she opened up her own gallery, the Rebecca Hamilton Gallery, she put out a post saying, we're going to have a black tie party for the gallery opening. Crispo made his own invitations for it, but labeled it as a leather and S&M party. And it was swamped.
Well, I was gonna say that's kind of a baller move.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's a real gay guy
Move.
Like, and I got it, and like, you know what? No, I'll say it right now. That is iconic faggotry.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's iconic faggotry.
You doled it out at the right time.
That really is. Oh yeah, sister. Parentheses derogatory.
Just got some dude with zipper mask be like, how do I get in here? Unzipping his eyes and like
Taking the piss funnel out his mouth. Is this the party?
I took the shuttle from Man Country.
We got a caravan of refugees.
I have learned how to communicate with a gag in my mouth.
Yeah.
Couldn't see. I can't lift my foot up that much. Too fat. Let's move on.
So even despite the financial turmoil, he had a good showing, and he then...
Does that mean that he is going to pay creditors? Is he going to get like his reputation back?
Doubt it.
Well, what he did is he rented out the office above his floor. So now he had two floors. He renovated the one above that he just got and connected it to his current floor. And it made his gallery the largest non-museum art space in the country.
Whoa, dude.
And the show that followed the renovation was an exhibit of the artist Lowell Nesbitt. And let me see if I have any of that here. What's up, Lowell?
That is like the ultimate New York move when you have like, and even that,
No money
just
is to spend more of it.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Pretty
when
much.
you like have an apartment and then like you buy the apartment above or below you and like you create a 2-floor space. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, like that's it's impossible to do now.
Yeah.
But like you go to maybe somebody's apartment who like we've been
Only
here
Murders in the
for-
Building style. Like one of those places.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's just a picture of the front of the catalog,
Lowell Nesbitt.
Cool.
and here's a picture inside the catalog, and his paintings and pictures, and the show was an absolute huge hit. After the show, all the guests took a bus to the Rockefeller Center, where Crispo had rented out the entire skating rink and a restaurant next to it.
Nice.
David Hockney, Mick Jagger, Jerry Hall, Paul Getty III, Egon von Furstenberg.
No.
They were all partied together. The dad from the Brady Bunch was there, but he left early because he was embarrassed because his huge-titted date kept rolling him doobies.
That huge
Is that a
titted date
quote?
was a
Is
beard.
that a quote from a book?
Yeah, well, it's a summary.
Date rolling doobies. That's
He went home with a guy.
But
Yeah.
Dad from the Brady
Mike
Bunch.
Brady went
Honest,
home with
honest to God.
Yeah.
You said my huge titted date kept rolling me doobies. I had to get out of there.
Yeah, he meant
All
like
of your straight friends are gonna be like,
yeah.
all right,
yeah.
dude.
and I thought
Okay,
that's
yeah.
when and that was when that restaurant back there. I bet that's when that thing slapped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That thing next to the skating rink, God, it's so gross. But like, I bet in the 70s
It was
that was
haute
like,
cuisine.
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
They got chili dogs.
Can I
Jello mold.
can I insert a nerdy?
Yeah.
Huh? Is that a man country thing?
Yeah, I'm inserting a nerdy. I was watching the history of sitcoms,
Mm.
A word.
and they were talking about like the family dynamics changing in the 60s and 70s and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And divorce was so taboo that Brady was a widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was never explained. But the implication was she was divorced.
Yeah.
And that even just not saying was like considered like
Yeah.
She's fucked another guy at least
Send
3
me that.
times.
I want to watch that. I want to watch History of the Sitcom.
Dude,
That
I'm
sounds
such a
great.
nerd
I want
for
to
those
watch
shows.
that.
It's my trash TV. I was telling
Seriously,
Matt.
send me that, please.
Yeah.
So this show was a huge hit. Reviews were great. This turned the tides again. Now he had art buyers and brokers from the Midwest and Europe, Midwest America, and Europe. The Baroness Minda de Rothschild and Tony Randall started stopping in. Julie Andrews bought a painting. Mary Tyler Moore came in. Steve Martin also came in. He made several purchases.
Wow. And Steve Martin fucking loves art.
Including this,
Did not know that.
Including this Franz Klein one, which Annie Leibovitz then took a picture of for a Rolling Stone cover.
No shit.
Oh.
Now the thing about this,
Poland blames the Jews.
Jesus Christ.
flat circle,
Yeah.
flat circle.
Yeah.
For what?
Rolling Stone just really getting people picking up. They're really like, we got to get people to buy this magazine.
Yeah, I don't know if Steve Martin on the cover is going to sell it.
Holy shit.
They're just,
I didn't see that. That's good.
Now
catch there.
I look like a tomato in a hat.
yeah. You open it and it's like, for being too funny.
Taking all the good TV writing jobs.
Poland outraged.
One day you're going to meet a lady named Selena Gomez. And she'll be far more famous than you ever were for some reason.
Now, Crispo didn't own the Franz Klein painting. When Steve Martin came in, Crispo said to an assistant, hey, remember that Klein painting we were looking at earlier? And maybe Mr. Martin would like that. Go get it. And the assistant took a back elevator up to another gallery, took the painting from there.
Oh, my God.
And they, quote, borrowed it on consignment to sell it to Steve Martin.
Uh-huh.
And Steve didn't know this. It wouldn't be the first thing he got from Andrew Crispo. But the biggest thing that happened with Crispo is that the Baron kept showing up and buying art. Now, this went on pretty regularly until 1978 when the Baron's fourth wife, accompanied by her assistant who she was sleeping with, walked into the gallery and started canceling all the Baron's orders. Now, a little while later, the assistant was found dead, apparently having jumped from the 11th story hotel room wearing only his underwear and a bunch of gold medallions.
Jumped. And gold medallions.
Yes.
He wanted to make sure he hit the bottom.
I don't get it.
It's heavy. The gold's real heavy. It's not a good joke.
No.
That's, yeah.
But
Moving on.
It's like,
he left no suicide note or any indication that he was going to commit suicide, but it was ruled a suicide. Andrew Crispo would jokingly take credit for his death, even writing on the man's name in the Rolodex, murdered.
Oh,
whoa,
my God.
dude.
Not long after the assistant's death, the Baron called up Crispo, bought multiple Picassos, Franz Klein, a de Kooning, a Pollock, an O'Keeffe, all of it totaling more than $3 million.
Whoa.
Oh, dude, because the assistant was cock blocking fucking sales.
You know
man.
what's fucked up too?
What?
Crispo actually sent a bunch of leather daddies to the funeral
I heard that.
to mix things up.
Yeah.
And
they started crying.
And that was funny. Because he killed him and he fucked up the funeral.
Actually,
man.
I believe in this case, actually,
I'm waiting to see where this goes before, because I'm finding a lot of parallels between this and something in pop culture and media, like recent. So I'm waiting to see before I make that connection in public. I want to make sure that this is going where I think it is.
I believe in this case, Crispo actually arranged for the body to be flown back to Europe.
Mhm.
Get that fucking guy out of here.
And he rented for the Baron. He rented an entire plane to ship the body back.
Oh,
It's nice.
I guess.
After
Taylor Swift does shit like that all the time. And we love her. We love her.
Yeah.
We have nothing bad to say about Taylor Swift.
She moves bodies all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
Well, like
Frank
renting
Lucas.
whole planes to do shit. I'm talking about the private plane.
No, I know.
We love her so much. There isn't a gun to my back. Please move on.
Now, so after they got this $3 million from the Baron, Crispo and Ronnie Kerrigan, his longest-serving employee, and the gallery salesman, they started going through galleries in New York just looking for anything they could sell to the Baron. They're going like, this guy wants paintings. He will make us money. Let's find him all kinds of shit. And so eventually, over the course of their less than a decade together, he sold the Baron over 400 paintings totaling over $90 million.
Fucking shit.
Wow.
In that time,
I was
money?
just going to
Yeah.
say in that time's money.
Good God.
That's,
Multiply that by like 7.
I was going to say that's
I
close
don't
to
want
$1 billion.
to.
Yeah. I don't.
I refuse to do
I will
math.
not do that.
Don't make me do the work.
Am I going to say
He's
9
Irish.
times
Don't
7
make me
is
do math.
63?
It is.
$630 million?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, today, in the art world, that's easily $1 billion because the art world is.
So are you
Money
saying
The
laundering.
art world's crazy.
The art world is just money laundering.
Are you saying that that's what he got personally?
Well, so
The
what?
sales totaled that.
Well, so what happens? There's a thing that happens when you sell art that has gone through multiple hands. Every time a piece of art is transferred, it is written down on a note card on the back of the piece where it came from, where it went.
Like a library book.
Yes.
John, a library is where
I don't want to hear it.
And these are called
You can rent movies from there, John.
CD-ROMs.
CD-ROMs. Jumpstart 4th grade.
Librarian, take me to the pornos.
The history on the back of the painting is called a provenance. And so each painting would have these. And what that does is it means that whoever's buying the painting, they can go, okay, well, this person owns this one. Maybe they own this one too, or it came from there. Maybe they have more of these. So instead of asking the guy at the gallery where the
can go
painting is, I'll go to the source. What Crispo did is he instructed all of his employees to rip all of those off and put his name on the back. They kept all of the original note cards in an envelope in case they had to send it back to the other gallery.
Right.
But by doing this, he got more work sold just to him, and or sold just from him. Didn't have to give any money to anybody else.
Good God.
And it's just a tradition of it's just basically an unwritten rule of how all that's supposed to work.
Oh, the honor system?
Yes, in the art world, yes.
Yeah, good call. Like, that's so crazy to me. Are you like that late in the game, in the art game?
Well,
they were being that cavalier.
Well, part of it was saying, this is the person that discovered it too.
Yeah.
So he gets credit for discovering all these paintings.
Yeah, what was it called? Finder's fee or something like that?
I mean, yeah. That's what.
And also, there's also the argument for certain things, like if you have a record of who owned it, that may or may not up the value of it as well.
Yes, absolutely.
But in his purposes, he just wanted to corner the market that if somebody wanted to buy, they had to go through him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And the Baron was you wanted him to go through you.
Yeah.
I will say in that moment, I was a little distracted because I wrote a note down on my phone to look up the concept of the library of pornography because I wonder if that exists somewhere.
Yeah. Just go on your phone.
No, I
And
mean
then
like
go on the internet. And
like
then there you go.
like a physical location that's like
like the Library of Congress.
yeah. I mean, like, look, there's niche libraries all over the place. Like, I used to be able to use.
No, absolutely.
I used to be able to use my
Let me tell you,
student ID to go to the musical theater library.
Oh,
I will totally go on this journey with you, and we can definitely handle it on a Patreon.
Which, if you're an art student living in New York, see if you can still use your ID to go to the musical theater library at the Met. Every single Broadway show since cameras were invented have been pro shot for this library. Go and you can watch them there.
Wow.
For free. For fucking free. Anyway, okay.
That's wild.
Sorry,
good note.
Take advantage of the concept that you can watch fucking historical shit.
This is a hot tip. It's a hot tip.
I used to do it all the time in high school.
So at this point now, the Andrew Crispo Gallery, this area of New York, when Crispo got in, was just becoming It was not yet,
Lincoln
but
Center, not the Mets. Sorry.
it was becoming the apex of art galleries.
Mm-hmm.
And Crispo became the hottest thing in it, the Andrew Crispo Gallery. This man named Armin, a French-American artist who was another objet trouvé guy, maybe the greatest one. Maybe I think even kind of like the originator of found art.
Okay. I was just gonna say, what would trouvé be like? Because I obviously
found art.
Found art. Okay.
Yeah. And so he had a permanent home there. When photographer Christopher Marcos, there was a picture of Andy we saw earlier, he wanted to publish his first book, and he asked his friend and mentor Andy Warhol. Warhol suggested the Andrew Crispo Gallery.
Wow.
That checks out.
And when he went, and so Marcos had his book released and show there. You time them together, and Crispo and Marcos barely knew each other at all. And when the book came out, Marcos opened it up, and the introduction was written by Andrew Crispo, and it said,
"Hey,
hi,
Hi.
hey, girl, hey, sister."
sup, sluts."
It said, Christopher Marcos leads a secret life in art, mixing memory and desire. He has created a fertile cosmos in which nothing remains sacred, and yet everything becomes alive, containing images of sophistication and naivete, innocence and corruption. By his imaginative probing and fierce recollections, Marcos documents, and in an act of intense identification, becomes the culture he defines, an unruly mise-en-scène of punkish posturing and ambisexual allure. And Marcos goes, what does that even mean? He's like, my pictures are me. It's documented.
Yeah.
It's me showing the whole world who I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means. And he says,
It is literally a thing you could put on anybody's work, and they go, "Yeah, I feel that way about my stuff."
but Marcos didn't. He said, I don't live a secret life because it's all there. You know what I mean? It's pretty upfront. I don't know, but it says a lot about him, doesn't it? It says a lot about Crispo, more than it does about me.
Yeah.
Shit.
Indeed.
Before you get to this guy's work, let me talk about me.
Yeah.
Now, Warhol's come up enough now for me to now wonder if
Toad.
Solanus ever crossed paths with this guy.
No, I think she might have been in jail by then.
By now she would have been in jail.
I think so, yeah. Because
That's in reference to what was her name?
Valerie
Salinas.
Yeah.
She shot him.
yeah. This is about 77.
So, okay. So yeah, she's in jail by now, I think.
And it was at some point in these circles and in this world, the art world, and being gay, at some point, Andrew Crispo becomes good friends with Roy Cohn.
Oh,
No way.
Oh wow.
Yes.
good friends.
Yes.
Great.
At one point, when Cohen is he's representing a commercial venture in Australia, and he's having trouble getting a gala opening there, he complains to Crispo. Crispo calls Heine, and Cohen gets his gala opening. Cohen,
What the fuck is Cone opening?
he's a business. He's a businessman. He's a lawyer for businesses. He's just
Toppy, yeah.
some guy wants to do this thing in Australia. Cohen's going, I'll represent you.
Yeah.
I'll try to figure out how to get it open.
And he definitely would be doing that, especially for people that were like closeted
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mhm.
So it still would be like a lot of, we're 100% not gay at all,
Mm-hmm.
but we have access and we will do these things because we are gay buddies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I feel really stupid. Can you remind me who Roy Cohen is?
So Roy Cohn was like part of
The McCarthy Red
the
Scare.
McCarthy Red Scare.
Oh,
And then-
okay.
There's more. There's more.
He's way more.
He
Yeah.
was very much the number two, and
That's why I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know this name, but I can't remember why I know
he
this name.
had a boyfriend that he got out of being drafted, and that became a scandal, and that was like part of the Red Scare unfolding and things turning against McCarthy, and then he very much became like a Nixonian kind of person, and very much like a celebrated lawyer of like, I have no morality whatsoever. If you have,
Okay.
if you have
I
money.
think there's ties to what's his name? Trump's guy.
Michael Cohen?
No.
Well, Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Well, I mean, he
was like protege. Roger Stone was Cohen's.
Okay.
And I mean,
Okay.
Trump was one of.
Trump was quoted as saying, "Where's my Roy Cohn?"
Yeah.
Okay.
And Trump was kind of acolyte.
Yeah, I feel
guess
really
is what you
stupid.
say of-
I'm like, because I've heard that name a million times, and I know I knew that name, but I'm like,
But also,
I
so
can't understand
he,
why it would be relevant.
He also
I'm like, I
did.
get it.
He did die of AIDS, and people like Trump that he kind of like fostered would not go see him when he was dying of AIDS, which is like why it's kind of so like. Can you fucking believe this guy saying, "Where's my Roy Cohn"?
Yeah.
It's like you didn't even go
Yeah.
see him when he was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you want one, you know? But it's a highly toxic, really fucked up person.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he becomes friends with Cohn, and so Cohn was impressed with his ability to get that gala going, and Cohn takes him on as an informal client, never billing him for his advice or the help, and never publicly admitting that he was helping Crispo. But
Right.
that's a pretty powerful friend to have.
Very.
Cohn also used this connection to become the Baron's personal secret lawyer,
Whoa.
and used
Secret lawyer?
yeah.
Secret lawyer. Did it. Sounds
And-
like a 70s sitcom.
At one point, the Baron's wife, his fourth wife again, Cohn used his own power to get her arrested and extradited to Switzerland.
Oh my God. Good God.
Yeah.
I tire of my fourth wife. Roy?
Well, she was supposed she would go to one of his 90 mansions and just take paintings and go and try to sell them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So would I.
Yeah,
Extradited to Switzerland.
yeah.
I'm going to put you in a lush ski paradise.
Enjoy hell.
Enjoy chocolate. Enjoy a nice amount of chocolate.
Yes.
I'm going to put you up in a 3.5-star resort in the Alps.
I'm going to put
Enjoy
you
your
in a-
misery, bitch.
I'm going to put you in a chalet with only one fireplace. I am a scamp.
She's like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
He's into the brat play too.
Yeah, there's a lot of brat play going on here.
Quite a bit.
So now we're about 1978, and it's time to talk about cocaine.
Would you have like a music drop for that?
Well, you know, for me,
Wait.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, I forgot that we had the soundboard.
Yeah.
That's
I-
the emperor.
Can I choose a random one and press it?
Sure,
Oh my
sure.
God.
well, you know, for
We
me,
just did that one.
the action is the juice.
Okay.
Do a different one, man.
Okay.
No, only the lit up ones.
Suck our cock.
Hey, I found it. I found the correct answer. I did it. I'm good at game shows. I did find the correct answer there.
No whammies.
No whammies. No whammies.
Suck our cock.
Yeah. Horrific.
So, the renovated, updated Studio 54 opened in April of 1977.
Oh,
Studio
right.
54.
Cohen's biographer, Nicholas von Hoffman, wrote that it arrived, quote, in a great puff of cocaine dust. And Cohen was even the lawyer for the club.
Okay.
Oh,
That might be in the documentary, yeah.
that's
He
awesome.
he would have huge birthday parties there. And he would do things like he would send out his invitations like looking like subpoenas.
Oh, fuck.
And
Okay, that fucking rules.
That dust
fucking-
leather daddy in there.
That's a really fucking good bit. That's a good fucking bit, bro. Holy shit.
That is
Yeah, I hope to see you there.
under penalty of contempt. You are required to attend this gay
Attorney
ass
at
party.
law.
Crime of homosexuality.
Yeah.
You are.
Roy Cohn Esquire.
he would send out two invitations. One for the important people, would say arrive at 8:30, and everybody else would say do not get there before 11.
Mm.
And so Crispo got the
If you
he got
are
the
a
8:30
queer,
invite.
homosexual, perhaps person of,
Ill repute.
yeah, if you're a they, them,
If
you're trying
if
to party.
You're in the legitimate queer community.
If you're in the LGBTQ community, and you're trying,
LGBTQ community.
it's French.
It's French Canadian. They tried to break
You trying to
up
party
Canada.
tonight?
I believe they would
Come no earlier than 11 p.m.
come no earlier than 11 p.m.
Thank
When
you.
you get there, there will be a sucking and fucking fest. But before then, everybody is required to be a renowned citizen.
We're
of-
calling it Gang Bang Rala.
Oh my god.
So Crispo, he would get the early invites. He was that close with Cone, and Cone will come up even more
Oh shit.
in part 2. Now, in Studio 54,
54.
incredible madhouse. They had the upstairs
swear to
dance
God.
floor where the moon is doing cocaine,
Yeah.
and then the downstairs is where all the celebrities would do their thing. You walking down the stairs, guys would be sucking each other off on the stairwell on your way down,
sucking and fucking, sucking dick and cock.
and
Hancock.
And cock.
for all of these clubs,
Balls.
cocaine was not a thing you had to do in the bathroom while you flushed the toilet so no one knew. You did it everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything was just
The cocaine was like openly flowing.
Yeah.
on the bar.
We've been
Yeah.
to those parties.
I think I'm going to try me some of that cocaine.
Hey.
One night, a bouncer said he turned away 1,400 people.
As soon as
Whoa.
Yeah.
Incredible. Man, that would be a fucking awesome place.
Dude,
to,
Man Country was packed that night.
Like, that's
we didn't get
and
into
what do you
Studio
mean?
54 again. Well, what are we going to do?
If
I guess we're going to go on down to Man Country.
If I had my TARDIS and can go not just somewhere in time, but also space, that's exactly where I
Yeah.
would want. I would love to check out a Studio 54 party.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like when like people are coming in the room when Cher's like coming in the room on a motherfucking horse. Like
Yeah,
that's-
Yeah.
Dude, do you think they fucked the horse?
I think the horse did something.
Yeah. They did
I think they were
lines off of
doing-
that thing.
I was gonna say, and they had to stop and take their breath halfway through.
Yeah.
like there's like they're doing coke off Frank Sinatra's dick.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god. Gotta switch nostrils.
back in the.
But they say in the Gay Sex in the 70s documentary that Studio 54, it was black guys and gay men.
Mm.
They're the ones that made disco happen. They're the ones that made these communities
100%.
because they weren't allowed other places.
That's why they tried
Studio
to,
54
that's why
was
they tried to fucking kill disco is because disco was like being elevated by queers and blacks,
Yeah,
and they were like,
absolutely.
well, we can't be having music being empowered by these marginalized
The music's
communities.
so good.
Oh, disco fucking rules, bro.
I
Like,
know.
Donna
It-
Summer.
Europe never killed it.
I fucking.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
No.
when I was in Ireland, they'd be like, "We're going to the disco
And Europe
tonight."
has no hang-ups about black people. I
Not France.
I really tried to. For those who are only listening, I will say I did crack a smile. I
Yeah.
did not say that seriously.
But it was about this time, by at least the account in the book. I don't find any references to it happening earlier. This time at Studio 54, Andrew Crispo, and how could you not? The Moon's doing it. He started doing cocaine.
Yeah.
He didn't drink. He didn't do other drugs. He started doing cocaine,
Just doing coke, okay?
and he,
It's all good.
Relax,
What a fucking
I'm
degenerate.
just doing coke.
Yeah.
maybe it was the fact that he always managed to keep his gallery afloat. He just always seemed to find a thing that worked. Maybe he believed in his own ability to survive and thrive. But you combine that belief with cocaine, and he started taking bigger and bigger chances.
Ooh boy, here we go.
When he needed employees for galleries or to move paintings, he would hire kids off the streets. He had to make a promise to one of the kids' dad that he wouldn't try to fuck any of the kids anymore.
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 My
Anymore.
dude.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Anymore.
He made a pledge to a dad.
He made a pledge. PBS.
Mr.
He
Johnson,
called it-
I
he
can't
called it
fuck these
PBS.
kids anymore. I got coke dick. You try and fucking fuck your son with this little noodle
He
here.
calls up fucking PBS and says, if you keep Antiques Roadshow on the air, I will make a pledge to not to fuck a child.
Guys going, listen, Mr. Crispo here, my kid, he needs the money, the family needs the money.
Family
To
needs
be
the
honest with
money.
you. But I'll tell you,
He comes walking in here like fucking John Wayne in the morning.
He comes in here.
I
he's got
need
that
you.
rock hard
I need
cock.
you to give me a pledge.
He's virile.
This guy's stealing fucking major pieces of art. He's giving a pledge to this dad
A pinky
from the
promise.
Bronx.
Look, I can't help it that your kids have lithe bodies.
They got that big orphan energy. I mean, I do all the coke, so I can't get it up and fuck them.
Well,
I can't fucking orphans.
Scouts honor, sir. Scouts honor.
No more.
speaking of scouts,
No more.
No. Oh,
no,
God, I was
no.
really scared you were going to go. Anyway.
Join the Boy Scouts.
but-
no, you fucked it. I don't know.
so I mean, Chris, like in that area, there were young gay kids or not gay kids, but a lot of kids on the streets.
Yeah, hustling.
Yeah. And Crispo would say, you can make some money, you can move some paintings, or maybe you let people into the gallery.
And one of those boys was Basquiat.
Yo, dude.
But through those kids, he could meet kids he didn't have to promise. And I mean, I don't know. There's nothing in the book that says he was fucking underage kids.
Okay.
But
Why
Okay.
would there? Why? I mean, why would?
But I don't know, 17, 18, I don't know. It doesn't say in the book.
It says,
But it doesn't seem like they were 25 and 30.
70s
Yeah.
gray area
Yeah.
bullshit that it really is. It sucks that so many people we love and revere in this world in that era. It's
we're fucking.
they were fucking
15-year-old.
16-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah, but also
because it's all in their words, this weird.
It was the 70s, dude.
Hey, it was the 70s. Everything was consensual. Where it's sure, I do not doubt that the girls bathing David Bowie consented to doing that, but I will never let anybody forget that David Bowie was bathed by a teenager. Don't ever forget that.
How could you? I watch it every night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not great, man.
I
Not
didn't know.
great.
I don't know about that.
He was bathed by a 15-year-old,
Girl?
and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
So
It's kind of worse.
now for Crispo, it was exciting for him to have power over people, and also to bring in, people sometimes the people on the streets would be a little crazy, but when they would come into his apartment, usually they would just get overawed by just the glamour and of this lifestyle, and he could use that to control them usually. And I'm going to read this story from David France. Sexually, Crispo kept his unspoken promise to Dean Aaron's father and remained politely distant from his young staffers. Instead, he preferred to sate his urges by foraging the city's darker terrain for the overripe feral youths he craved.
Overripe feral youths?
Overripe. Oh, those
Feral Utes.
Now,
This is New York. It's feral Utes.
Overripe youths sound a lot like elder teens.
elder teens,
Yeah.
and we bring it all back,
Just-
baby.
It's like a persimmon. You got to get it when it's overripe. Just when it's
juicy.
about to turn.
Yeah.
You know,
When
when
they're
it's
about to
squishy and
turn.
juicy.
Ooh,
They're about to turn.
It takes a dip in the swamp.
It's
Take-
on the
dip in the
verge
swamp.
of spoiled.
Take it out.
You dig it on out, dig it down.
It's like when a banana's turning brown.
It's a poison.
You dig it on out. You throw it in the pot, make your gumbo. That's what.
There was something dangerously exciting about bringing untamed toughs into the splendor of his upper East Side apartment.
Untamed toughs.
Arthur Smith had decorated in his own adjacent apartment, Crispo's and his adjacent apartment. Each had and had each one laid out an architectural design as examples of his work. That's how good his design was. Without mentioning that there was no borders between them, or that there was any relationship between the one called Andrew Crispo's apartment and the one called his. Of course, Crispo was listed as the owner of the prized artworks, and Smith was called the decorator. Such mentions are worth gold to decorators and dealers. Both apartments were as luxurious and forefending as velvet-roped showrooms. As severe as Andrew's tricks could appear on the street or in the sex clubs or subways, once they entered his home, the intimidation of his possessions alone could hammer them, the toughs, into docility and awe, magnificence taming the beast. But not all the time. Crispo left his apartment one Saturday morning after a frolicking evening with a leather-clad street kid he picked up downtown. The kid stayed behind. Smith was in Europe on business. With no discernible motive, the visitor went on a violent rampage and ransacked both apartments. Ronnie Karen, at home in an apartment just a few floors below the Crispo Smith duplex, began to notice familiar pieces of debris floating past.
Oh my gosh.
Andrew, my God, he screamed into the phone. I just saw pillows from your sofa go flying out the window. And there goes your Franz Klein.
Oh god.
Jesus.
An incalculable amount of damage was done to several masterpieces, some of which Andrew owned personally and some of which were the property of the gallery.
Oh.
Antique statues were overturned. The original Art Deco vases were shattered. Andrew's prized piece, a 1958 Morris Louis Vale painting called Beth Fay, was hung over his downstairs sofa, scratched and misshapen. The Klein work was crumpled and soiled.
Soiled?
Stewart.
Soiled.
Oh, we know what that is.
We pissed on it, man.
Soiled.
Stuart Davis's Rue Leap, a lighthearted work valued at $300,000, was knocked off the dining room wall, battered on a hefty sideboard, left in the corner, wadded up like a stiff towel.
They turned the Mona Lisa into a glory hole.
Hefty sideboard was my nickname in prison.
Oh, my God.
Hefty sideboard.
Here comes Hefty.
Yeah.
But the damage was worse in Arthur's bedroom, with the designer considered a masterpiece of his work. The theme was deep red, a diamond-shaped red painting by Lichtenstein from his famed Red series hung over a red-draped Russian antique bed, which grew majestically out of a plush red carpet.
Whoa.
Even the walls were red, a glazed oriental lacquer red,
By the end of the weekend, the theme was brown.
giving the room an erotic, gorgeous richness.
No one was power washing their inside.
You know? But this was no ordinary brush and roller job. It was achieved with no less than 22 coats of hand rubber lacquer on a canvas and gesso base. Total cost for the finish alone was $22,000. By the time Andrew arrived home, Smith's collection of avant-garde Russian knickknacks had been hurled around the room with such force the red paint had been dented and marred beyond simple repair. The Lichtenstein was destroyed, having been slashed repeatedly with a knife.
What the fuck is going on, dude?
This kid
He
just went
fucking let a street kid in his fucking gorgeous apartment.
and who knows what?
That Lichtenstein got ruined.
No, Joe, you'll feel better. The diamond-shaped Lichtenstein, after patching, was sold to an unsuspecting Steve Martin.
Whoa! No way! Oh, dude, that
He
rules.
found her like that.
Wow!
It was a.
Oh, wow!
It was a wild and crazy night.
Dude, that is insane.
That's wild, bro.
How about the fucking this vilification by you of this street kid? He let a street kid into his.
Yeah, dude. He's letting anyone in off the street.
Yeah.
It is crazy, though. I mean,
Oh, you got it.
and it is crazy, and it is cool that a kid is like, you know, I'm gonna fuck all this shit up this bad.
Well, so there's a part of me that wonders, was the kid always like that, or did something happen?
Did he do something fucked up?
They said the police officers arrested the young man, who they found sitting dispassionately on the window ledge, dangling his feet out of Crispo's apartment. And Crispo had the bedroom relacquered. The vases were replaced with similar ones. The paintings were patched. What couldn't be salvaged was taken to a storage garage he rented, and his gallery employees were enlisted to hush everything, and all of which was
Shut
charged.
the fuck up! Don't go to lunch together. I hate you.
Been only talking about me. Don't talk.
You know, like,
Hold on, what? All of this was chartered in 2 file folders buried deep in Crispo's personal file cabinet back of the gallery. One labeled Berserk Personal chronicled the expenses he fronted for his own purposes. The other, Berserk Corporate, measured the hit to his business.
Wow.
It total added up at over $1 million. No one ever mentioned it to Arthur Smith.
Wow. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Because he was in Europe.
yeah.
I was going to say all that, like, destroyed art that, like, I feel like nowadays
Fetch a pretty penny.
would fetch a huge.
And
penny,
piece
like-
number 455, we've got a rare Lichtenstein with a glory hole cut through the face,
Like,
smeared with faces.
Yes.
from
They
like,
start the bidding at
infamy of
$500,000.
the event of like, oh, this thing that was slashed is now like weirdly could be worth more money because now it's even more one of a kind.
Right.
Because
Got a story.
To this thing from like pop culture history.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was like
Interesting shit. It's that fucking Banksy that killed
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight,
The,
tight,
the
tight,
suicidal Banksy painting.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
it's worth more. Yeah.
And then it's worth more.
It's nuts. Yeah. Bravo.
It's true.
What will he think of
itself,
next?
Right? So you could take each one of those strips and sell it for the amount that painting would
so
be
you got to put
sold
them all
for.
together.
At the last auction, Banksy sent in a drone that assassinated the highest bidder.
And a man in a leather daddy came and urinated on the corpse. Bidding starts 1 million, yeah?
Bravo!
I would really like Banksy to come forward so I can laugh at you. I need to know who I'm gonna point my finger at and laugh because you're so stupid, dude.
It's me, Banksy. Remember me?
What if it is just Hank Hill?
Yeah.
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 So one of the employees found the file and went to Ronnie Karen, that other worker at the alley here. He said, he's lucky he didn't get himself fucking killed bringing home guys like that. Leaving him alone in the house, what was he thinking? And France writes, but the spectacle happened in the late 70s, by which time there's an answer to that question, one that most anybody who worked for the gallery understood deeply and personally. Crispo was thinking that danger in sexual matters was exciting. He was thinking that intimacy was designed to be shared by strangers. He was thinking, as he often said, that the unfortunate, costly incident, quote, could have happened to anyone.
You know,
Pretty sure it wouldn't
Coke
happen
thoughts.
to someone who wasn't a gay guy.
I think it's very zen.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, this could have happened to anybody. Yeah, these $1 million things you get thrown out the window. It's one of the craziest things you can say. Yeah, this could happen to anybody.
Anybody could have a Liechtenstein that's chopped up.
It literally happened to so few people. It's just very specific.
You know, it could happen to anybody.
There's like 2 people it could happen to.
I had a one
Could be you
night
next.
stand. I had a one night stand knock an Etsy statue.
Yeah,
off
fucking
of
knocked
my-
over your Deadpool
on his-
bobblehead,
yeah, my
Funko Pop.
Deadpool- Yeah, my Funko Pop.
Your
I think
Warhammer
you're right.
collection.
You're right. It was a Haunted Mansion Funko Pop. I will admit I am an adult Funko Pop person. I am.
Hell yeah.
Come for me.
Come for me.
I'm.
What is this, man country?
Hey,
It is me. Yeah, come for me. It's man country.
You a man country now.
come at me, bro.
But you know, it could happen to anybody. Your art gets destroyed by a
It could,
trick.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm, yep.
it
Slow
happened.
motion.
But
Yep.
only if you're a gay guy.
Said that like a
I'm
pro.
loving
Yeah.
the camera this time. Last
Hell
time I
yeah.
was so high, I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
hate
were.
Not
my
now.
camera.
Not now.
Not like now, as if I'm not high right now. I'm so fucked up, man. Are we almost done with part
Yep.
one? Thank God. I'm so happy that I'm here, but I'm like, oh man, I feel like I feel bad. I feel like I'm being a lot right now.
No,
you're good, man. You're good.
You really fit the profile.
Are you guys mad at me?
Yeah. So we're getting near the end of part 1, and I'll say this:
Say something.
we're near 1980 now, 1981.
I love this time.
Uh-oh.
Sadomasochism is on the rise.
Yep.
General?
Oh yes, it's not yet hitting the
telling you,
zenith.
bro.
It's global,
I think I know where this
It's
is
not
going,
yet
bro.
hitting its zenith. That would be the mid 80s. But you go to Limelight, you go to the Anvil, you go to the Mud Club.
Oh,
Any of these
my-
places.
Mud Club?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Mud Club is right next to the Hellfire Club, and when you're at the Hellfire Club, you could sit and do lines off the bar and drink some beer, and some man would be crawling down on the ground going, "Can I lick your toes while you do this?
Oh my
Can I suck
dear
on your
God.
toes?" And
you?
he would
Yes.
while you're doing blow off the bar.
You know,
And-
you said Limelight. I know that club because after
You
Limelight
used to lick
closed,
guys' toes there?
Nope. Well, after Limelight closed, and then it became Rush when I was
Like after the
a
poppers?
teenager. Yes,
Yeah.
and I danced there for a couple of
Oh,
nights
is that
when I
right?
was 17 with a fake ID.
Wow.
And it was an 18 and over club. That's why,
Yeah.
I could kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, well,
They don't check IDs for Coke and poppers.
No, they
Dude,
don't.
they used to let me in the Chud Club because they said it looked like shit. Isn't
Oh my God.
that fucked up?
Fucking ghoulie climbing out of the
How,
toilet.
how about somebody going like, "Can I lick your toes?" Back in 1980, like it's somebody going, "Yeah, go ahead, hon."
No, yeah, I mean,
Some New York, some Bronx pro going, "Yeah, whatever. Who
I
cares?"
have a
in the-
feeling it was probably a guy.
in the in the intro to Bag of Toys, Crispo and his art friend Hal Burrows are at the Hellfire Club, and the guy's crawling down on the ground asking, and Hal goes, "No." And the guy crawling on the ground turns to a lady at the bar and goes, "Kind of like your toes," and she goes, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah.
Sure.
And so he sucks on her toes.
Yes.
And Hal Burrow goes, the guy was like, "Wait, why do you do this?" And the guy goes,
Go ahead.
"I just like being demeaned."
Yeah. I run a venture capitalist firm on Wall Street.
Yeah, I just like being demeaned. But the Hellfire Club, with all of these clubs, like Warhol was describing, there would be these leather shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be men and women. People in the audience could go up and just fist them if they wanted to.
What?
They'd be tied up on stage in full leather outfit, just both arms and legs tied up. You could walk up, you could whip them, you could fist them. They were just there to be.
Wow.
And because they're all like we're all
hard.
saying, there's also a level of trust until that one person
Fucks it up.
fucks it up, and you go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's not that kid, is it? That street kid?
It's
Whatever.
anyway.
I'm in
He
for
came
a
in
penny
going
and for a
double
pound.
fisting.
I went
But the
to
hold
Sex
on.
Toy Show. Oh, okay.
Let me just finish this.
Okay.
So the Hellfire Club is also a special place because it had this basement that was the bathroom, and let's say you go down there to the bathroom and all the stalls are locked because there's already some guys in there. Well, you got to take a piss. Where are you gonna go? Well, you're lucky because one of the stalls has a bathtub in it. The only thing is, you just gotta piss on the guy who's laying in the bathtub.
Yeah.
But that's what he's there for.
Yeah.
And a crowd would form, and you'd all come together and just piss all over this
Yeah,
guy.
you could do that at the Eagle in Silver Lake
Yeah.
to this day.
And
I don't know what the Eagle is.
Oh, it's so the Eagle is a franchise of leather bars. There's an Eagle in every.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there's in every major U.S. city. There's like the Eagle New York, the Eagle Chicago, Eagle L.A., Eagle Houston, Eagle Austin, blah 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 blah. All the way out. I believe there's like an Eagle in London.
Yeah, there's an Eagle at the
like-
Hard Rock in Macau or something.
So I mean, I would not be surprised.
But when we come back, we will be coming back to 1982.
Sick.
And over the next 3 years, things will get increasingly crazier. By 1982, the piles of cocaine got larger. Andrew Crispo's schemes would get bolder, more frightening, more brutal. And in 1982, he would take on a young assistant of his, who was all too easy to manipulate, into doing some of the worst things a human can do.
Oh my God.
And over the next 3 years, and warning for the next episode, we will be talking about corruption, sadomasochism, sexual assault, rape, and murder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Moira?
Moida?
and that's part one of the Andrew Crispo story.
Hey, man.
Hey.
This is great.
Yeah.
Really whet our
Wow, man.
appetite.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
It's very mysterious.
Well,
So I just want to I went to one of these like leather shows once. And I never did something as wild as just like randomly
Fisting a man?
fisting a bottom. But there was this like kind of independent sex toy company that I saw that had like that their thing was like a remote a bat like plug thing that like you from your phone it was one of those. This was like a long time ago.
you just put a Nokia up their ass.
There was a fucking like blind a fucking leather gimp or no, I think it was latex. Doesn't matter. It does.
It kind of does.
It does. No, it does. It does. I don't. It
Some people
does.
are allergic.
Had like the noise canceling, blindfold, all that. So like didn't know, and it was like there was the phone that you could just like go and fuck around
Yeah.
when they had the plug in,
Yeah.
and you could just watch them react. To what you were doing. And like that whole like, and he can't hear, see anything. So like you'll understand. Like if you do it, you'll look how fast the reaction is. So like it was like an instant. You'd be like,
Yeah.
oh.
He starts running in circles and stuff. Yeah. He's like,
No, but they're fucking.
Yeah, he's pissing himself.
The Benny
they're
Hill
fucking
music
locked
goes
up,
on. Yeah.
man. They're like.
oh.
Yeah, they're locked in.
They're fucking like locked in. They're on like a milking machine or something
Yeah.
like that.
But during this leather talk, I am thinking about literally like the physical sensation of just leather versus something like latex. It is like
It is different.
It's
No,
fucking-
it is
sure, yeah.
different.
leather
It
is so hot.
so
like-
the fuck is
So is
latex.
latex.
I guess I don't know. I never.
So is rubber. Those are the
Yeah.
three. It's
Yeah.
I
rubber,
know, yeah.
latex, leather.
Yeah.
The idea is that it's like fucking you feel it on your body. Like
Yeah.
that's like the point.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be like such personal preference.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
100%.
dude, I'm a rubber guy.
I'd
Call
probably
me crazy. I
I
don't
would
care.
probably say I'm more of a leather person than a rubber person
Yeah. No
or a
comments.
latex person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to sweat and not know I'm sweating. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
You
leather, I'm
take it
like
off
I
and you
can
go, oh,
feel
fuck.
it's hot,
Yeah.
but like you're in latex or whatever, you take that thing off and you're like, holy shit, I have been
Drenched.
drenched. And leather, you can also
Is this
like
piss?
get in. You know what I mean?
Will it be?
Like
Yeah.
latex and rubber, if you get
It's
an
like you
itch,
get out of that
God
pod
help
in the
you.
Matrix and you're just drenched.
No.
This is all Patreon.
All right, Matt, that's real fun shit, man.
I'm really excited, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah.
Excited for
Part-
part
Am
two.
I
Part
coming
2
for
is
part
gonna.
two?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I
Hooray.
don't know if you're coming, but
Say, bitch, behave yourself. You little brat.
Honestly,
Wait, I'm
honestly,
sorry.
No, you're good.
No.
You are fucking.
Joe, do not behave yourself.
Do not
behave yourself.
No, do not behave
Do not
yourself.
behave yourself.
You behaved yourself
You know
too
that's
much.
what we want. Joe, I love you. Thank you.
love
Thank you for
you.
being here.
Y'all, thank you so much for having me.
Matt,
for this.
excellent profile.
Thank you.
Super
is
excited.
really cool.
Uh-huh.
Aaron, I love you, buddy.
Buddy.
I'm gonna say goodnight. My name is John Fahey.
I'm Aaron Pita.
Remember so.
I'm Joe Kaye.
Good night, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.